Hi, welcome back. So today we are going to make this beauty. And how pretty this would look in a frame. You can also make it as your Christmas card. Make sure you sign the bottom so everybody knows it's yours. So we're going to make this. And a lot of times people are intimidated by things that they have to draw. And this, of course, you do have to draw the truck. On my web page, there is a tracer, so you can trace it. No problem with that. No crime in that. But I am going to show you how to draw it because it's really not all that hard. So the first thing that you do is, so here's the whole page, and we're just going to draw a line from here to here. Because that's the back of the pickup truck. So the line from here to here. If you can't draw a straight line, you can use a ruler. It's no big deal. And then you're going to draw going up. That's where the cab will be. So you're going to go a line straight up. Okay? And maybe it's up about 1.5 inches or so. So it looks like that. Then you're going to go and you're going to make a rounded motion like that. And you're going to go straight out. Okay. And then you're going to go down a little bit, kind of, again, rounded. And a little longer than that. And then we're going to go down a lot longer than that. So it looks like that. So we're almost at the front of our truck. Okay? Then we're going to do the back. So again, we come down and we see everything's got to be equal. So we're going to start back here, go across. So the end of our truck is here. Going to go over to that area on the other side, the opposite, but underneath that line. And we're going to go down and bring it about, let's see, 3/4 of the way down. And then you're going to go out a little bit and come up, kind of like a J. All right, so that's what it should look like. Then on the about 1/4 inch up from the back J, you're going to go out a tiny bit to make a bumper, go straight, goes up straight and over, like a little square off the back. Okay? Now, we're going to go back to this side. And let's see, we're going to go up and around. And we're going to do the same thing over here, up and around. Except for this time, we're going to draw these two together. Okay? How perfect is that? So there we go. Now we have the image of our truck. Gonna connect a little piece here like this. It's kind of like the stepping board to get onto the car. As a matter of fact, I think it's a little too thin. They're thicker than that. So we just make it a little thicker. There we go. That's perfect. And we're going to take this back one and bring it down to here. And we're going to take this front one and bring it up to there. How perfect is that? So now we have the front and the back tire rims, or the wheelhouse that supports the tires. Okay. So, and of course we have to bring our tires around. We make a very large U. We have our tires, and in the middle, make a little donut hole, and an X, and an X. And look what we got. We basically have a truck. So now how do we, there is a window in here. So we're going to make, it goes around. Just basically follow the semicircle. Goes like that. So basically follow it. And guess what? Then right in that corner there, you're going to draw a line going up like that. And a line going that way. And now we have a driver's, a wheel. Okay. So there's a couple of things here. So we want to add a light here. And we want to add right here. This will be kind of the front of the car. And we're going to make a little semicircle there, right there for the light. Okay? Now, of course, there needs to be a door to get in. So we're going to make a door. That's just a triangle, but we're not going to actually end it as a triangle. Kind of connect the triangle. Okay, and we're going to, now we make the door handle. And of course, the back of the truck has to have a little something here. So we are going to just make a little bit of a decoration. Okay? It doesn't have to be perfect. It's not rocket science. Okay, so now, how do we make a Christmas tree in the back? The most important thing is to remember that there's a whole area where the Christmas tree is there. So we're going to come up this way, and we're going to go as far as we can. We're going to go back that way. As a matter of fact, we're going to go this way and that way. There we go. So that is basically the shape of our Christmas tree, right? Now, play with it until you get a shape that is correct for, that would be basically the shape. It's coming out. You could see a Christmas tree could kind of be going like that, right? It goes like this and like that. And so that's how it would be in the back. However, Christmas trees have needles on them. So this really has to look like that. It's kind of like got to be squigglies. And then we want to put some squigglies here, and some squigglies here, some squigglies here, some squigglies here, some squigglies here, maybe a little squiggly up there, maybe another one here. There we go. And we have our squigglies. And that is how we draw a truck and a tree. Now, as I say, I have on my website, I have the tracer, so you can just trace it, but it's pretty simple to do, right? And if you notice, the one that I did, every time I do it, I make it a little teeny bit different. Especially since I was doing it a little upside down with you guys. It's a little hard to kind of follow what I was doing. When I do it by myself, I don't put things upside down. Okay, so now we're going to color it in. And of course, I want a red truck, and especially since there's a Christmas tree in it, it should have red, and I like my red. So we're going to just start to color And I'd start around the edges and make them a little darker. Put a little bit of paint on your palette. Just kind of following the edges a little bit. I just realized. There we go. That's better. You don't need to look at me. Cute as a button as I am, you're not here to see me. So again, we're just going to follow the edges to things and make the darker part around the edges. And now we're going to add a little water to the red we've been using, and we're going to do the rest in a wash. You can bring in some of the paint that you already have on the palette, on the painting. That's perfectly fine, and it just gives it depth, makes it not look flat. And I know I say that a lot about not looking flat, but when you look at a painting, you look at a kid's coloring book, it's flat because the kids, they draw one color, right? But when you look at, if you go into a museum and you look at watercolors or any painting for that matter, it doesn't look flat. It doesn't look like it's one color. It looks like many colors mixed together to make a statement of some sort, to show the depth and perception of trees, or in this case, a truck. And as you can see, you see how it doesn't look flat. It looks now in real life, things have shadows. That's a little dark. There we go. In real life, things have shadows, and so that's what tricks the eye when you're looking at a piece of art into thinking, oh, that's very realistic, because it accounts for the shadows that you would normally see. So I'll put a little bit more water in what's already on my palette, and just to kind of make a wash. And water here, and now we need a little more paint. Yeah, paint and water. There we go. That should be good color. And okay. And so that accounts for some shadows, and it looks so real, like you could just jump into the truck. Okay, now we're going to go with some black. And we're going to use our black. We're going to start with our tires and color them in. Again, using it a little watery. Oh, that was a mistake. Well, I just made a mistake, and I am going to show it to you. I put red in my black. It's not that big a deal. It's still wet. I'm going to dip in my brush into it, and I'm going to get as much of it off as I can, and it's not a big deal. But it's good that I make mistakes while you're watching, so you see how I fix my mistakes. And then you can follow, and you can fix them the same exact way, because you will make mistakes. I've been painting for 100 years. Well, not quite 100, but a long time. And I'm always making mistakes. But sometimes they're happy mistakes. Happy little accidents that end up looking pretty. Although red in my tire wouldn't have really made it look so good, but sometimes. And I'm going to do a little bit of the dry dark black. And okay, there we go. And I'm going to do the back wheel. And add some water to my black. And it, as I say, it doesn't have to be all one color. Well, it has to be all one color, but it doesn't have to be all one shade, because nothing is all one shade. Even if you're looking at a blouse, it's got different folds, and the folds are darker. There we go. And we're going to take our grayish black, and we're going to put it on the front of our truck, because that's the hardware that's in the front. Now, how perfect is that, right? You got that. But now that we have our tires in, we definitely have to make them stand out a little more, because tires are black. Tires are not gray. And if they were gray, by the time they went on the asphalt highways, they would be black. There we go. Now we don't want it muddy. That's why we don't put it all on at one time. We just kind of a little bit at a time. Little dab will do ya. There you go. And the other side. This is more dry brush. Of course, watercolors have to be wet by nature because they won't go on. But the less water, the darker the color. And so there has to be less water in it. Putting the grayish black on first accounts for the shadows. So you see, if you put just the black on, you wouldn't see the texture that you see with the gray peeking out from underneath. Now we're going to take a little bit more of the gray, and we're going to put it in the middle, because that's kind of the the hubcap part. And then we're going to also put it to the bumper. We have a gray bumper. And that is your truck. How simple was that? And because we have a cab, we are going to color in the cab. Kind of gray, because the window is up, and that would be the shadows from the window, right? Okay. Now, before we do the tree, we are going to make the background. So I'm going to show you a little something here. So you see how I kind of made a little bit of they're snow clouds, because, well, it's winter time. That's why we have a Christmas tree. Either that or it's Christmas in July. Okay, so we're going to take a lighter blue. How do we make light blue? Put water, lots of water in the color. Okay. And now I'm going to use, you can use your watercolor brush, the 1-inch round, or you could use the 1-inch flat. I'm going to use the 1-inch flat, and I'm going to go across the top and keep going. And I'm going to keep it wet a little bit, put some more on. And I'm going to try, I'll show you a little technique here. So what I want to do here is I'm going to use tissue, and I'm going to wipe off just a little bit. And see how it's sort of just made some clouds. Just made some clouds in the sky. And you can see the difference because I hadn't done it here yet. Right? Now you see it, now you don't. Well, now you don't, now you do. You see, and it's just a little different than what we normally do. And I used just a tissue from the bathroom. Very simple. And I'm going to now do the rest of the painting. I don't want to get the tree, but if you do happen to get a little bit of the tree, that's okay. It's really okay, because green is going to be darker than the blue anyway. This blue is very light. And now I'm going to take a little more of that, and I'm going to do the same thing over here, a little here. So it's just kind of like it's clouds you see during a snowstorm. Okay. And I'm going to do the front. Alrighty, and I'm going to make the bottom is going to be a light blue as well, because this poor guy's out in the middle of a snowstorm and everything is bluish white. He's stuck coming home to his family in the middle of a snowstorm. There we go. And we're going to do it again down here. And this is just, I'm not making clouds. Now I'm making it so maybe there's some snow somewhere. There you go. And that is what it should look like. And as you can see, I did happen to get a little bit of blue onto my Christmas tree. No biggie. I'll fix it. So we're going to take a light green. There we go, nice light green. So I have, if you don't have this color green here, then you can make that by putting whatever green you have in with a little bit of yellow, and it will make that color green. And we're going to color it in, and especially make sure that you get the edges that we drew in with our pencil as little pine needles. Make sure you get them. Don't do one straight line up like a triangle. Get the whole get the whole side in with pine needles and all. And then you're going to color in the rest of the tree with that light green color. Okay. Okay. So we want our tree to have a little depth. So I did the outline, and I did it with the same color, but just a little bit more dry brush with a little less water on it, and then I colored the entire thing in with the same color but with more water. Going to now grab a darker color green. And how do we make a darker green? We take the green and we mix it a little bit with some blue. Okay, so now we've got okay, so that's a bluish green right there. Okay, so before I get it all over my paper, which was about to happen, because I'm a sloppy drawer, sloppy painter. That's just my style. Your style can be perfectionist if you'd like. I recommend it highly. So just little squiggles across where you had made the squiggles before. And you can go on the edges as well. And just go throughout your Christmas tree. And as you can see here, I followed the pencil marks and I made squiggles the same way I did with my pencil mark. Okay. And now let's see. Let's get let's go with a green that is less blue. The first green was like kind of a blue, a green yellow. This one is just solid green. Okay, and we're going to just wherever you haven't put a squiggle, put one now. So it gives it a little more depth. So you see what I did here? Whoops, I missed a spot. Oh, I just added some more in a different color green than I hadn't used yet. And I'm going to take that color green, and I'm going to also add it to the side as well. There we go. Look at that. There we go. And that, my friend, is a beautiful Christmas tree. So now you could actually be done. This is you could be completely done with this tree right now, with this whole project. Sign your name onto the bottom and be done. Or, if you watched any of my videos before, what am I going to do? I'm going to highlight everything. Okay, so I'm taking, first thing I really want to highlight is this steering wheel. And then I'm going to highlight the truck. And the wheel wells. And this is just your basic way to make a truck. I like doing this also in the spring with flowers. And in the fall with some pumpkins and different color trucks. And you can make this in all different colors for all different seasons and have one for each season hanging up in a room, in maybe your bedroom or your kitchen or your dining room or your living room or just a hallway or a bathroom, or give it as a gift for someone. You know, this year, well, for Christmas. You can give one for Christmas and then another one for another time of the year. There we go. And just take it one step at a time. Take your time. If you make a small mistake, that's okay. But just follow the lines that you made and you'll be fine. And we gotta get this wheel well in. And let's see. Did I miss anything? Oh, yes, I missed the whole tree. Okay, so now again, just following the lines that you made with your pencil. And it's easy to see, and just follow those lines. And then you can do it. Follow it across. These are representing the pine needles. Here we go. Let's see. Did I do the bottom here? I think I did. And the only thing I forgot to do is sign my name. And there we go. Absolutely stunning. This is what I made the other day in preparation for today. And I actually like this one even better. It's a little more compact. It's like a little Jeep. So anyway, have a great night. Have a great day. And I will see you again soon. Thanks for coming today. Bye.